if I think about our audience, which are typically B2B content marketers in the tech space, when it comes to that, the first thing that a lot of them will start with is creating personas. What's your view? I mean, persona's a waste of time right now.
I think it depends what type of persona you're creating and what you're using them for. I find the generic, primarily demographics-based, reductive stereotypes of, here's, whatever, marketing Matt, and here's sales Sally, and, here's CEO John. I don't think those are particularly useful. I tend to see them as anachronisms of a time past when people were primarily building their marketing and their content strategy around media and a very small number of media opportunities, right? In 1975, you had maybe a few dozen places where you would go and do your marketing. And that was, TV networks and radio stations, and maybe it was some conferences and events and maybe some, industry publications. But the number was very, very small. And so if you nailed a few demographics correctly, you probably were hitting your audience. In the world of the internet, I just don't think that model works at all. What I love to use, and everyone's mileage may vary. I'm not here to, rain on your parade. If you have a persona model that you love and you're using and you think it works great for you and your team, fantastic. Don't let me get in the way. But what works well for me, Matt, is having an idea of all the kinds of audiences that I want to reach and all the kinds that could turn into customers, and not having a singular kind of representative avatar of those, but rather saying, I know that about 40% of the customers who sign up for SparkToro are consultants and agencies. And they tend to work in one of these, 6 ways. Some of them are market researchers. Some of them are advertising agencies. Some of them are content and SEO agencies. Some of them are digital strategists. And so we sort of have that breakdown rather than saying, here's, agency Addie, and she's going to, have 2.5 kids and 3 dogs and, lives in suburban United States and goes to Dairy Queen once a week. Those kinds of nonsensical representations, I think, don't help me, but if they help you go for it. I like things that have a direct connection to work that I'm going to do, rather than here's just a human being that I can kind of hold in my mind.